Welcome to Theological Voices, a Reflection, a book review by Paul Shaver for Melinda Berry. For the course Introduction to Theological Reflection, also known as T101-0. God is Red, a Native View of Religion. The Body of God, an Ecological Theology. Let us begin with God is Red, by Vin Deloria Jr. In this book, he uses the first 3 chapters to show the plight of the North American Indians. Along with this narrative, he talks about how Christians did not stand up for the rights of these Indians. This puts a very negative view of Christians in the mind of the reader. After which, he gets into the meat of the book and a theological bashing of Christianity in general. Deloria details how the differing view of how Indian culture views theology and the Christian view differ in many facets, going into details about how in the Indian culture it is not so much about the relationship with the Creator as it is with the relationship of the peoples with the land. He also goes on the offensive attacking Christianity and how he views that Christianity has treated the Indians and how these theologies are so much different. It is often hard to tell when he's speaking about theology and when he's talking about an ideology. It seems that many of the things which he talks about have less to do with God and more to do with humanity's interaction with the planet. Our next book review is The Body of God, an Ecological Theology, by Sally McFague. The crisis of our planet leads McFague to view the world from the lens of Genesis and how we are destroying that which the divine has created. As such, the Creator is in all things, and we are not seeing God in our planet, and as such destroying nature as God. Her view on natural theology is a view of God in nature. Because God created all things, God is in all things. Because of this, people should relate to and view things as that of God and the relationship between the Creator and the created, which leads to creation and Creator and how that relationship should be symbiotic to all parties involved. Her view of Christology is that Christ came to show God in nature and all things, in healing and interacting positively with everything and everyone around him. This showed humans how to live and recognize God in all things, whether that be a beggar in the street or the street itself. God is to be realized in all things. Eschatologically speaking, and finally, Christians are to be less and more important in the future eschatology. To create anew the vision of Christ is to be Christian, and to cast a vision for such is the quintessential plight of Christianity itself. Some afterthoughts. God is Red is a terrible portrayal of Christians in general. It stereotypes and pigeonholes Christians from the onset. The stories in the first 3 chapters seem to taint the reader's vision and sets the tone for the remainder of the book. While it raises awareness of the unfair treatment of the Native American, it tears down the validity of Christianity and Christ for all people. The Body of God paints a picture of God as nature and brings to account a view of Christianity. This pantheistic view of God is the basis for her writings about fixing the ecological mess. She writes that nature needs to be fixed and healed. As goes our relationship with God, so goes our relationship with nature. Since God is in nature, fixing nature will fix our relationship with God. Christ is also the incarnate in nature. In Christ, the things of God are revealed about nature and the divine. From the beggar to the street, Christ came to show people how to commune with God in healing and restoring relationships between God and nature. Thank you for listening, and God bless.